Hello everybody, this is Johnny S. This is the first video of the channel. Purpose of this video is basically just like an introduction to the channel, who I am, what I'm doing, what content to expect. To those who know me, I appreciate your positive comments and give me the initiation to start doing this. Um, my hobbies mainly consist of gaming and motorcycles. So I'm into bikes a lot. As far as the content of the channel is going to relate to those two topics, possibly yes. Will I continue to do content? I make no promises. I don't know. Purpose why I'm doing this. Basically, I just thought of creating something like a journal, let's call it. I grew up in Australia, so hence why I can speak English. I do have a weird accent. It's not exactly Greek, it's not European, it's not Australian, it's not American, it's like a whole bunch of mix. So if you're wondering why I'm speaking the way that I'm speaking, um, now the purpose of the channel, as I mentioned, is going to have like just random content. It might be game reviews. It might be some motorcycle related things. I might, phrase my opinions on specific topics. We'll see how it goes, and if it goes. So let's get into the game. So this is Diablo 4, as you can tell by the title. New season has come out. It's called the Season of the Construct. So in case you have not played games before, if this is something you're interested into or you're looking into it, I do advise it. It's a good pastime. Obviously, uh, you can take it at your own pace. You can like me myself personally. I'm a casual gamer at the moment. In the past, I had been more active, let's say, on my gaming career. Let's call it. There was a certain period where there was not a game that I did not sample at least from within a few hours to a couple of weeks. Lately, my gaming time is limited to possibly 2 hours a day, depending on the day. Maybe not even that. Do I do recommend the game in general. So an overview is that yes, this is a good game. I do recommend it to anybody and everybody, whether you have played before or not have played, and you're looking into getting into a game. This is a very casual game. You can take it at your own pace. You can dedicate as much time as you want. It's a social game, so you can find friends and everything, and you can go from there. It's for the people that have played this game. Um, or for the people that are aware of the Diablo genre, I would recommend that you do not compare this to its predecessors. So, Diablo 1, Diablo 2, Diablo 3, each one is separate on its own. Some people get a little bit disappointed when they have specific expectations. So, I will suggest to take this as a new game. Yes, it's a Diablo game, but in by no means is it Diablo 1, 2, or 3, and it's only logical because time passes, so things have to change. Obviously, if there was a remake of Diablo 1, I think it will fail as a game. Um, so let's get into the video. I will speak possibly around 5 minutes about the game, just give it like an overview. Not going to do a lot of gameplay and everything, just explain what the game is, show a couple of footage, and then be done. So let's begin with creating a new character, just to give an overview. So this is role-playing hack and slash, you might call it, top-down, isometric, whatever. There's many multiple names. It's basically a game, from the top-down point of perspective, let's say, where a player controls a character that they make, and they go through missions and quests and campaigns and everything, reaching the end game, gearing up, becoming stronger and stronger, defeating enemies. Diablo, hence the name, is related to the hordes of hell, which have risen on Earth, and you take the place of a protector against these hordes. What we're looking now is the character screen. So I'm going to go through the classes really quickly. There are 5 in total, as can be seen. The first one is Barbarian. This is your classical melee, let's call it, brute force sort of class. This is your Necromancer. So a simple explanation is you summon minions and little, mobs, let's say, and they do your bidding. So it's a more of a passive gameplay. It's quite casual, it's quite fun. Sorcerer is the next class. If I'm not mistaken, I think Sorcerer at the moment is the most played class in Diablo 4. So, as I said, Sorcerer, one of the most common classes. This is your typical mage. It has, fire skills, ice skills, lightning skills, and so forth. It is mostly a range and an area of effect kind of a class, a little bit more active than the predecessors. Moving on to the Rogue. This is your typical ranger or slash assassin, you might call it. It's quite a common class. You can play it from a close distance or from far away, where you keep your enemies at bay with different skills, traps, and so forth. And finally, the Druid. If I'm not mistaken, Druid is one of the first classes which has not been done before in similar games. So it is an interesting class. Diablo 4 has created a class where you can basically, shape shift into different animals. So one of my favorite classes is the Necromancer and also the Berserker. So straight away, this is what the game looks like. Let's just kill a couple of enemies. So this is a top-down game. This is what I meant by top-down game. You can zoom in one level here, and you can zoom out. Usually this is how people play. The graphics are quite good. So as you can see, the geometric detail, the lighting, the shadows, the foliage, the grass, everything, the blood, and so forth. Obviously, this is a little bit of a 18 plus, let's call it, game. It's not for little kids. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of things like that. If this is not to your liking, just a warning, a heads up. So the game is basically left click, right click. So you can literally, and this is why part of the reason why I like this game, it requires a low skill base. So even if you've never played anything before, you can quite easily get into it. You can see the mouse pointer on the top on the screen. If you click on a specific point, your character will move to that point. You click on another point, he'll move. If you hold the mouse button down and move it around, he will go to wherever you point. There is a couple of skills here, and as you level up, you can use more. You can play this character as detailed, as in depth, or as casual as you want. So you might have one skill, two skills. You might have six skills, however many skills you want to play. So there's no specific way to play a class. It's up to your own liking. Say that this is a pretty straightforward game. If you have not played it before, any similar games or games at all, it's quite straightforward. There's messages on the right hand side. You have a little map here, like an overlay which shows you where to go, where your next quest is. So there is clear indications of where you need to go, and you will easily get, into it. Let's say the point of the game is to collect gear and become stronger and stronger and level up. At the moment, you can see on my screen that I am level 4. You can reach all the way up to level 100. Obviously, it takes a long time. Personally, I don't have a character level 100 yet. 90 is the most that I've been. But if you're dedicated and if you're younger at age and you have a lot of time, it's easily achievable. And killing monsters, killing enemies, it's quite relaxed game. You collect gear. What do I mean by gear? I mean gloves, boots, shields, and everything. So as you can see, I'm holding a scythe and a shield. The the boots that I'm wearing is what can be seen on my character. So if I take this out, for example, his image changes. If I take my pants out, this is going to change. If I take the boots out, it's going to show. So whatever you're equipping here on your menu, you can actually see it on your character. If I take this weapon, I've got nothing. So this is your basic character, and slowly you can wear. The better items you have, the stronger your character is. And depending on your class, there's different variations. I'm playing the Necromancer, so I can literally just show a little bit. I can walk into a couple of enemies, so you can see the enemies from far away. And there's a couple of scorpions here. They have not seen me yet. If I go into range, my minions are going to attack these enemies, if you can see. So my minions are, there you go. They've seen the enemies, they start attacking them. I don't really literally have to do anything. So I can just walk around, play defensive, and dodge a little bit so I don't get hit a lot. And my enemies are going to hit them and eventually destroy them. So this is part of why I like this class. I can literally play it with one hand on the keyboard and the other hand having a smoke, for example. Uh, But obviously, you can partake in the battle, so you can use your own skills. This is your basic attack. So I can also attack the enemies as my minions are doing the bidding. The resources, as I explained, is life, and this is your resource, which in my case is essence. Other classes have mana, or however you want to call it. Some skills require your resource in order to your strongest skills, let's say. So this is my basic attack. This one here is, you can see it here, is my basic attack. It's a couple of spears that I'm throwing on the enemies. And this one here is more advanced attack. So it causes more damage and it will use up my essence. So if I keep on using, as you can see, my essence is running out. If I use it a bit more, this bounce of enemies and everything. Over time, this will fill up, but at some point, if I keep on pressing, it's not going to do anything. So you have to manage your resource and what skills you can use. This is grayed out. Once it becomes available, there you go. It means I can use it. So it costs 25 essences. At the moment, I have 38, 40. It slowly goes up. Um that's pretty much it. I did not want to go into a lot of detail. It is a good game. I definitely recommend this game, Diablo 4. It's new age graphics. It's very fun. It's something that you can play casual with your friends. And if you create, there's an active community, so you can chat with everybody here on the community. There's different servers. You can join a guild. You can, form clans and become more of a social player. Or if you're a lone wolf, that's fine too. You can play it by yourself. That's about it for today's video. Let's exit to the main menu. Yes, live now. I hope everybody liked the video. If you clicked by accident or if you're someone that knows me, I appreciate any comments. Like I said, I am open to criticism, positive or negative. I have no problem with that. If you'd like to see something different, I do not make any promises. We'll see how this goes. So this is a test and trial sort of approach to the whole, social media, YouTube, uploading videos and everything. Okay, so this is Johnny S. I bid you good night and thank you for watching.